That was the nicest camp that you
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to men's soccer here in Crown Point, where the Gov State Jaguars will be taking on the Calumet St. Joe's Crimson Wave tonight. It is going to be a battle, and I don't mean between the opponent, but between the scoreboard and the Jaguars. Coming into this game, the Jaguars are sitting in second place, 3 points. Fourth place, 3 points behind the top seed, Judson. Now, Judson is a team that the Jaguars tied a while back, 1-1. So, therefore, the next tiebreaker is goals for. And at this moment, the Jaguars are sitting 8 goals behind. So, beware of an onslaught of goals tonight. And what will make that so easy? Calumet St. Joe's comes in here with only 9 players on the field. If we take a look at the graphic, Jaguars have not had a loss since September 15th. This graphic is only the last 5 games. You can see there are ties, you can see there are wins, but there is not a single loss on that list. The Jaguars are 6-0-2 here in the CCAC conference. So the Jaguars are definitely going to have to put up some points, but they are having a battle in the top 4 to be able to take the home field advantage into this. Not only would they like the top seed, but they want to definitely be in the top 4. So let's take a look at the keys of the game on how they can get to the top of the seeds, including tonight's game. Number 1, here and now. They need to worry about this game on this field and in these goals. They have 3 other games to take on, but those 3 other games, let's ignore them for the time being. Second, stay focused. Like we said, this game could be a blowout. It could be an onslaught, but our team has got to stay focused. If not only for just scores, but for injuries. When players start taking their time and not paying attention, somebody's going to get hurt, and we can't afford that right now. Number 3, discipline. One of the biggest problems on the men's league is when things start going bad, the players start getting a little testy out on the field. Our team's got to stay disciplined and stay out of trouble on the game. So right now, the Jaguars are sitting with 14 points. They're sitting behind Trinity Christian, who won today, and they have 15. And then Olivet actually lost, and they're at the 14th. It looks like we're about to get underway here, actually, so I'm going to cut it short, and we are going to send it to Phil Smith for the national anthem and the introduction to players. Microphone there.
And now the starting lineup first of the Crimson Wave. Number 0, Jeremy Diaz from Bakersfield, California. Number 7, from Portugal, Ricardo Pinto. From Finland, number 8, Tony Nuvovin. Number 12 from Lafayette, Indiana, Giovanni Ramirez Guerrero. A freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 17, Isaiah Damptey. From Joliet, Illinois, number 20, Samuel Sullivan. Midfielder from Lindenhurst, Illinois, 23, Matthew Gufaro. From Delray, Florida, number 24, Marco Gardone. And rounding out the lineup, number 31, a senior from Guadalajara, the goalkeeper, Greg Guzman. The head coach is Emilio Calvillo, assisted by Carlos Kawich. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Governor State University men's soccer team. A senior defender from Manchester, England, number 5, the captain, Alexander Judd. A senior from Gilman, Illinois, midfielder, number 7, Diego Camarena. From Brazil, a senior, number 9, Rafael Severio. From Ecuador, a senior midfielder, number 11, Luis Escalante. A sophomore from Ecuador, midfielder, number 14, Joan Gallardo. A senior from Brazil, number 15, Leonardo Coutu. A sophomore from Rome, Italy, forward, number 18, Andrea Croce. A senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 22, Felipe Nakabara. A senior defender from Bourbonnais, Illinois, number 23, Peter Soares. A senior from Chicago, number 27, Christopher Covedo. And rounding out the lineup, a senior, number 0, and goalkeeper, Matias Gallego. The head coach is Matt Eggert, assisted by associate coach Juan Soto and assistant coach Fivo Arriaga. Your officials are Vasily Loris, Marwan Zain, and Sheldon Lowe. Welcome to the Sportsplex. In Crown Point, Indiana, this is Governor State University men's soccer. Welcome to the
All right, everybody. We thank Phil Smith for bringing us the lineups and the start of this game. I'm Mark Robert, coming from you from Crown Point Sportsplex. Today, Calumet St. Joe's against the Jaguars. Also with me on camera, we've got Eric Mady. In control room, we've got, excuse me, I just lost my breath for a second, Morgan Hokinson and Chris Edwards, making sure everything gets to you on your home monitor, whatever that monitor might be. Your laptop, your computer, or your cell phone, or maybe even your smart TV. We've got a cool night right now. It's 57 degrees. The women's game started at a temperature of 70, so we've lost 13 degrees since the start of the women's game. No wind to think of tonight. The flags, well, depends on which flag you look for. One is still, one's moving just a bit, and another flag is, well, pretty much straight out. The Jaguars are, well, shaking it up a little bit tonight. They are actually going to be going right to left on your screen. They usually are always on the north side of the field, but they're going to be going north to, or south to north. And they're in their typical dark brown shorts, orange socks, and the white sleeves coming out. On the other end, the Crimson Wave in their maroon uniforms with white lettering. This game is underway, and we'll see how this game plays out. Eggert. Coach Eggert shook up his lineup a little bit, had a few different names in there. Few of those players, though, that he's got starting normally come rolling in here about 10 minutes into the game anyway, so he just started it differently. As we stated earlier, unless you just tuned in, Calumet St. Joe's is only playing with 9 players this evening. So we're going to see how this plays out. The Jaguars up in front of the net. Here we go, all ready to start. And there's the first goal of the night. Jaguars on the board. 45 seconds into the game, and the score is 1-0. So the score on that, Juan Gallardo has the first point on the board. Clock's underway again.
Governor State goal by number 14, Southboard, Juan Gallardo.
Alex Judd playing midfield to stop the ball.
Senior, number 9, Rafael Severio.
Also, if you've tuned in tonight, we will have senior night. We're going to salute our senior players tonight at halftime. I'm looking at the little charts on the wall over here, little posters for each player, that there are 10 players graduating tonight. And by the looks of the flags on each of them, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got about 7 different countries represented tonight. If we can, if we've got the numbers, hopefully they're doing them in the numerical order. Excuse me out there in the audience as I talk to my control room. We ourselves are getting ourselves a little associated for halftime. So that's a foul on the Jaguars. Calumet St. Joe's players come down. Jaguars playing quick. Jaguars, there's another goal. In it goes. Jaguars on the board with their second goal tonight. Andre Croce with the score of that game, or that goal.
Assisted by senior number 9, Rafael Severio.
So the Jaguars in front of the net again. Calumet trying to get it out of there, trying to do something with the ball. I do got to commend these players. You do not have a full team out here, but these players elected to come out here and continue to play their season out. So for that, I do have to commend the Crimson Wave. So Calumet trying to get it going in the corner there. Black jerseys all around them. Jaguars attempting to spread the field. This ball pretty much has not crossed over the 50-yard line on this football field. Shot, nice stop by the goalie. Jaguars in front of the goal. There it is. Oh, nice stop. A little bit. In front of the goal.
Guys, if you guys see it, maybe get up too.
So Crimson Wave trying to spread the field. Jaguars on top of the ball really fast. Nice sliding block there. Ref says play on. Jaguars on the far side of the pitch trying to find some room. Crimson Wave cut in and block it out. Almost take the ref's head off. Shot towards the goal, up and over the top of it, though, way over the top. This is the same thing that the women did earlier tonight. Had multiple kicks way up over the top of the net. It's one of those things where this game is pretty easy and you don't focus. This is what we stated at the beginning of the game. You've got to stay focused on this game, even though you know it's going to be a fairly easy game. Oviedo over on the far left. Well, Calumet St. Joe's doing an excellent job of keeping that ball away from the net. For not having enough players that can do offense at the moment against our defense. Their defense has actually been very strong. Granted, yes, there is 2 goals on the scoreboard with a 35-48 left in this first half. Oviedo coming up the near pitch, goes down, ball was stopped by the defensive player. No harm, no foul. Ref calls it Crimson Wave's ball. So far, this ball has not gone across the 50-yard line today. And just as I say it, there it is. The first one for the day. Jaguars trying to get it up there in the mid. And offsides. We've got multiple EMTs and police vehicles out on the main road. They're not traveling fast. Fire truck also out there. It's actually a school bus that may be in a high school victory tonight. This is the salute for their players coming in. So the high school players are getting a lead into town. So back to this game, sorry. There were about 8 emergency vehicles on the road leading the way for a bus coming back into town. The hypothesis is it's the high school football team. Shot to the center, Jaguars headed in front of the net. Shot is saved. Sullivan in net. Been doing a decent job. He led up those 2 quick goals and since then has been doing really well. Clock still ticking at 32:50. Nice long kick. Croce taking it on the near side of the pitch. Kicked out of there by Jaguars ball. Guzman trying to say that our player tapped it. Oviedo tapped it. Ref said no go. Ball out of bounds. Jaguars ball. Judd grabs it, gets it back into play real quick. Jaguars in front of the net again, trying to find some room. Multiple maroon jerseys around the ball. Shot towards the net, and now it's in. First shot looked in. All the way must to hit the post, came back. Now it's in. So, score number 3 for the Jaguars at 31-36.
Governor State University goal by number 18. Sophomore from Rome, Italy, Andrea Croce.
Rome's favorite son, or at least as far as we're concerned, Andrea Croce, number 18 with that score. So Jaguars. Midfield wide open. Heads it over to the far side of the pitch. It's a race off to the goal. One last maroon jersey in front of them. Now a collection of maroon jerseys. Sullivan grabs the ball. Sullivan's a big guy. If he's going to reach down to grab that ball, our players may just want to stay away.
University. Number 21, Giovanni Salazar, senior from Hammond, Indiana.
.28:30 left in this first half. Governor State going in tight for another score. Try to get it in front. And it's in! Nice hesitation move by the Jaguars.
Governor State University goal by senior from Brazil, Rafael Severio.
Rafael Severio with that goal.
Senior from Gilman, Illinois, midfielder number 7, Diego Camarena.
Camarena passes it off to Severio. Severio goes to line up to kick. All he does is tap, which gets the goalie to bite and falls down to stop the ball. And then all he did was lift it with his foot and threw it right over the goalie and into the net. So we're at 4 goals on the night. The Jaguars have 4 games left on the season, and they only have 1 game that's above 500. In front of the goal, nicely defected by the Crimson Wave. The other 3 games on their roster or on their schedule are 3 of the 4 bottom teams in the CCAC.
Substitution for Governor State number 2 from Madrid, Spain, Raul Garcia.
Raul Garcia now in the game for the Jaguars, number 2. Croce spreads it out. Coat 2. Jaguars on the far side of the pitch. Little push and shove. Garcia trying to find some room. Offsides, Governor State. This is going to be a problem with this possibly all night. The Jaguar women were flagged for, I believe, somewhere close to 30 offside calls tonight.
Nice job.
The question is are the Jaguars offsides, or is it just that the Crimson Wave not reacting fast enough, which means our players take off, get in front of the Crimson Wave players who do not move, and therefore we are considered offsides. Jaguars, ball's in play. Raul Garcia spreading out to the outside. Offsides again. 25-30 left in this first half. Sullivan getting ready for the kick. Jaguars trying to find some opening. Jaguars out front. 2 red jerseys in front of our player. Major shove from behind. Ref gave a signal of it's our ball going our way, which is usually a signal when there's a foul, but there was no whistle, nor was there any stoppage in action. Ball in front of the net. Being chased down by Camarena. Camarena trying to get through. Shot towards Sullivan. Sullivan caught it off the chest, bounced up in the air actually, and he grabbed it. I didn't get to see which Jaguar player, but he had a Jaguar player in his face waiting for that ball to fall. Nice concentration by Sullivan, though. Jaguars bringing it down the near side, trying to find some room. Gonna call offsides again.
What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about?
I'm hearing some Governor State players complaining about, obviously, this offsides. Oviedo speaking his mind, telling them, what are you guys complaining about? Let's just play. So Crimson Wave about to put it in play. Deep, long kick. Almost getting it over to the goal side. Gallego tonight is in goal. Mateus Gallego is in goal for the Jaguars. Chandre getting an evening off. Unlike most other games, the coaching staff is pretty much sitting on a bench relaxing this evening. Jaguars put it into the center. Still up in the air. Sullivan tried to grab it out of the air, and Judd tipped it up and away.
Move the ball, move the ball, move the ball. That's Chris right there.
Out of bounds. It'll be Crimson Waves ball.
Now, we need you going up for some of these and keeping him back. There's some practice in too, okay? I want you to go up for some of these set pieces as well. So, stay back. Let's go, hey, play!
Jaguars ball. Jaguars going to work quick. Got the yellow card out. Yellow card on the player for the Wave. We're trying to catch the number. He's standing sideways, and we can't exactly see the back of his jersey. Looks like 23. Matthew Gaffaro with the clock stopped at 2016. He's arguing, oh no, 31. So that's Greg Guzman arguing the point. So Raul Garcia Raul Garcia. Still waiting, still waiting. And there's the kick towards the net in front. Off of Sullivan. Most of the Jaguars were playing, it was a handball. Ref must know that this is going to be a rough game as this game goes on. And he's being highly liberal on making a call or not tonight. If you just joined us, the Jaguars have jumped out to a 4-0 lead this evening. The Crimson Wave playing with only 9 players. So in for the Jaguars, number 4, Martin Borombos. Number 8, Jero Bencomo. And number 10, Javier Losas into the game. As I was saying, Jaguars are up 4-0, although there is a problem with that score. And that problem is the tiebreaker for the CCAC standings is goals for. And as I say that, goal! So Bencomo comes in, and Bencomo comes into the game, and he reacts quickly to a point on the board. 5-0 at 18:51. We do have they're calling the trainer out to the player. He's getting up, he's down. Well, this is Mark Robert coming to you from Crown Point Sportsplex, where the score is 5-0 Jaguars. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break out here. We're going to send it back to the control room for a 30-second commercial. We'll catch up with you right after this. All right, welcome back, Mark Robert. We had a little bang up on the field. It looks like he is still out there. So 18:50 on the clock. Clock starts ticking away. But it's a 5-0 lead for the Jaguars as we were talking before the injury in the commercial, the Jaguars at the moment cannot, and I repeat, cannot be satisfied with a 5-zip score tonight. And I'm going to explain to you why. The Jaguars are in a battle for the top seed in the playoffs as well as the top position in the standings. Right now, Judson is in the lead with 17 points. If Jaguars win tonight, that'll give them 17 points in the standings. Here we go, Jaguars out front. Another shot outside the net. That was Jero Bencomo with the shot, looking for his second goal in almost 1 minute from the last one. Although he needs to be careful there because a couple of his players looked at him as in, let's not be selfish, pass the ball around. But back to the goals and the points on the evening, but Judson and Governor State could be tied at 17 points apiece after tonight for the top spot. Trinity Christian followed very close behind with 15. Shot on goal, and it's in! So 21 with the goal. Giovanni Salazar.
Governor State University goal by senior from Hammond, Indiana, Giovanni Salazar.
Giovanni Salazar, one of our very own down in DLMD.
Gives assist to number 10, sophomore Javi Losa.
But if the Jaguars would stop scoring for a moment so I can finish my story. At 17:19 on the clock. The Jaguars, or the tiebreaker is, of course, head-to-head, which Jaguars and Judson Eagles tied. So that scraps that tiebreaker. So the next tiebreakers is goals for in the league. And at the moment, the Jaguars find themselves 3 goals behind the Jaguars. Actually, 2 goals behind the Jaguars to tie, and almost in another one. So to get the lead, the Jaguars need 9 goals on the night, and the goalie is down. They've stopped the clock at 16:43.
He said okay? Yeah, he said okay. Right. Rough up.
Substitution for Governor State University, number 3, Flavio De Palma. Number 28, Abraham.
So the goalie Sullivan is down.
And number 30.
We are going to go ahead and send it back to the control room for another 30-second break. Mark Roberts coming from Crown Point, Indiana, where the score is 6-zip, Governor State.
Hello, I'm Elijah Gomez, your host of the Jaguar Sports Minute. Today we want to welcome one of the new head coaches, women's soccer head coach, Alberto Kiko Magana. Coach Magana comes to GSU from Davis and Elkin College in West Virginia, a Division II school. He has been working with athletes and finding success. His small number of athletes is proven that it is the quality of the players, not the quantity. Welcome to Gov State, Coach, and good luck. Stay tuned for more sports action.
Welcome back to Crown Point, Indiana, and Jaguar Sports. Tonight we've got the men taking on Calumet St. Joe's, where they are easily in the lead at 6-zip. Sullivan right now took a spill trying to block that last goal. Waiting to see what's happened. I don't know. I can't tell. The ref's in my way. I can't tell if he's got a muscle cramp or if he twisted a ligament. They're lifting him up. He's on his feet. That's a good sign. But he is gingerly walking on that foot. In fact, he isn't even budging right now. While that's happening, Luis Moreno Carrasco has come in for Governor State.
From Madrid, Spain, number 16, Luis Moreno Carrasco.
Sullivan can't even put weight on that foot right now. So Samuel Sullivan. Here comes number 10. All right. Good sportsmanship there. So 31 is going to be in goal.
Let's give a hand
Greg
to number
Guzman.
20, Samuel Sullivan.
Samuel Sullivan gave it his all. He was actually playing very well out there. I know he gave up multiple goals, but being shorthanded, it's easy enough for that to happen. So there are 8 players now on the field for Calumet St. Joe's. Nice long kick by Guzman. If any of you are interested, you are allowed to play with 7 total players, and they are sitting at 8 at the moment. Ball in front of the net. Jaguars trying to do something here. Guzman. So he's going to grab the ball, bring it back out. They're just going to let the clock just kind of keep ticking, which just got under 16 minutes in this first half. Got a fairly nice crowd here. You may not know it from the sound, because with a game like this, crowd is happy, but not a lot to be rooting and cheering for at the moment. Most of them, I'm sure, are here for the salute to their favorite senior at halftime. So stick around with us. In fact, when halftime rolls around, we'll take a quick little 1-minute break and come back to the field, because it'll take a few beats for them to get set up for halftime. Guzman, nice high kick. That ball went about as high as it went long. Jaguars. Still trying to put more goals on the board. Ball is out of play. Jaguars throwing it in real quick. Jaguars trying to work real quick to get some points on the board. Guzman, nice slide, offsides, Governor State. Don't know how you're supposed to fight that offsides when nobody from the opposing team is making a move. Just under 14 minutes. Guzman throwing his arms up like, can I? There we go. Ref allows him to continue. Ball out front. Jaguars fighting it over in the corner, out in the open, trying to get something in front of the net, towards the net. Guzman goes down, drops on the ball. Kind of caught him off guard. He was blinded by 4 players in front of him. Ball came through, hit him in the chest. He went down and then turned and dropped on the ball. Ball deep. Jaguars have it. Jaguars have had 5 offside penalties tonight. 12:30 left in this first half. And ball saved. I don't know how he did that, but amazing work by Guzman. Twisted around. Guzman again on top of the ball. Three shots within about a 10-second period, and Guzman keeps them out from the net. That ball was so close to the goal line that it had to have a shadow at least on the line, if not the ball. Gonna call offsides. 6th offside penalty for the night. 11:20 on the clock. So Guzman's going to come up to make the kick. He's got to kick it. Or, well, no, he's going to take it back to where he can actually. No. Thought he was going to take it back to the goal box where he can do what he wants with it. He's going to kick it from the football field of 25-yard line. Deep, long kick. Nice slow up by number 8. He knew he was out in front of the other players, and he slowed down, so there was no offside call, and there it is! Into the net! At 10:31, the score is 7-0.
Governor State University goal by senior number 21, Gio Salazar.
Giovanni Salazar with the goal.
Gives the assist to number 10, sophomore from Valencia, Spain, Javi Loza.
Javier Loza, number 10, with the assist. That's the 2nd goal tonight for Giovanni Salazar. Jaguars out in front of the net, trying again. There it is! No! Off the side bar! Jaguars still need 2 goals on the board to be able to get themselves in the tiebreaker first place over Judson at least. Right now they need 1 goal and they'll be tied with Judson again, and they would have to go to the 3rd tiebreaker. But at this point in time, I think 2 more goals will be easily gathered. Jaguars. A victory tonight would move the Jaguars up to 17 points on the list. And that is where Judson is sitting at the moment at 17. If you did not know, 3 points are given for a victory and 1 point given for a tie. Jaguar trying to find some room. Number 10 doing some serious dancing. Losa. There's a spill from the back. It's going to be ours. Player is down. Ref's not moving with the yellow card. He is just going to call it a foul. Jaguars have not lost a single game in the CCAC. They have tied twice, Judson being one of them, and then Viterbo just last week. In fact, the Jaguars were beating Viterbo till about the 75th minute, if I remember correctly. Then there was a penalty, and a penalty kick gave the Viterbo the tying goal. Speaking of tying goal and penalty kick, right here, Judd's going to take a penalty kick. And it is blocked. It is blocked. Nice decision by Greg Guzman for the Crimson Wave. Guzman already is a big guy. All he had to do was one move to the left. He made the right choice of diving to his right or to the left of the net. Corner kick. Right into the side of the net. But Guzman stretched out his frame and was able to stop that ball from going in. Guzman in goal to come out with the ball. There's the kick. That missed penalty kick would have been the tying goal to tie Judson on the standings. Jaguars out front again. Shot towards goal. Guzman grabs it again, brings it down. Javier Losa is determined to get something in that net. Samuel Sullivan is still on the trainer's bench. He's got a large pack of ice on his right foot. They're pointing sort of to the top of his foot. In front of the goal, Abraham James. Losa. Sending it to Losa again on the side. He's got one man in front of him. Trying to dance around towards the goal. Up and over the top. Guzman going to put it in play. We got 5:50 and counting on the clock. Jaguars going to take a corner kick. Palma's going to put it into play. Towards in front of the net. Whoa, way over and past the net. Stopped on the other side, though, kept in bounds. Back towards the net again. Tried a header into the net. Number 4, Borombos tried to head it into the net. Right idea, but again, just a little too much effort up and over the top of the net. I think the Jaguars have put the ball between the goalpost goals just about as much as they've put it in the net. Jaguars spreading the ball out a little bit. Losa in front of the net again. Down the center. Nice play there by, I think that may be Goffo. Wasn't able to catch the number. Just under 4 minutes left in this half. Coming up at halftime, we're going to salute our seniors on the Jaguar soccer team. We've got 10 of them in all, representing 7 different countries. We're going to take a 1-minute break back to the control room, and then we'll come back here, stopping the clock at 3:31. We've got a Crimson Wave player down. He's back up. By the sounds of the crowd, you would think Jaguars are down 7-zip instead of up 7-zip. But when you play a game that, the opposing team came in here with only 9 players to start, they're down to 8. And the first 2 goals, which were in the first minute and a half, got a lot of rousing applause from the crowd. But now it's fairly quiet. Jaguars. James looking for some room. Nice tip by the fingertips on Guzman. Jaguars just over the top bar. I think that was Judd.
Keep going, my friend.
Yes, Alexander Judd with that shot. He barreled into that if that was below the bar, and if Guzman would have got his hands on that one, I think his hands would still be on the ball, but his hands wouldn't be on his arms. Two minutes left in this first half. I see the Vila twins are on the sidelines. Gov stayed in there. Offsides. Clock is still ticking. 90 seconds left. Guzman. Jaguars attempting to do something. Ref hops to get out of the way. Way up over the top. It looks like the Jaguars, 1 minute left. Looks like the Jaguars have become a little gun shy on charging the net to shoot because of the multiple offside calls. Many of their shots are now coming from 10, 15 yards out away from the net, just because they don't want to get called for offsides. In front, and it's in! James on the board with his first goal tonight.
Governor State University goal.
Clock stopped at 39 seconds.
Abraham James.
8-zip.
Assist is junior from Evanston, number 31, Horace Spence.
Right now, that is the way the goals sit. If that's the way they stay, Judson and Governor State are going to have to go to the third tiebreaker to figure out who gets the top spot. Unfortunately, at this moment, I have no idea what those tiebreakers are. "30 seconds. Remember to stick around for senior night at halftime. Phil Smith is going to do the honors tonight to help us salute the 10 seniors. 10 seconds left on the clock.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Long shot by the Wave.
2, 1.
And that is halftime. Jaguars on the board with 8 goals in that first half. So right now, score is 8-zip. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we will come back with the festivities for senior night. Mark Roberts from Crown Point, Indiana, and men's Jaguars soccer. We'll be right back after this commercials for senior night.
I'm Elijah Gomez, your host for the Jaguar Sports Minute. Today we will introduce to you one of the new head coaches, women's volleyball coach, Jessica Reyes. Coach Reyes comes to us by the way of Kellyman College of St. Joe's. She also coached in her home country of Mexico. She has gotten the women's volleyball team off to a good start. And she also will bring the men's volleyball team to GSU in the spring. Good luck on the season, Coach. Now let's get back to the action.
We're setting up for the senior introductions for tonight. We do still have 2 more games to go, but they elected to do it tonight. One, they felt weather was a nice night to have it here. So we'll be getting ready here shortly. It looks like Coach Eggert, even at halftime, is barking out instructions for his team. We will shortly pass the mic on to Phil Smith, who will have the honor of giving all these seniors their salute. It looks like there's more than 10 out there, but I guess... Oh, the seniors, I'm sorry. That's right, the seniors are on the sideline. Those are the underclassmen out on the field, waiting to salute their fellow players. Jaguars will have 10 seniors out on the field tonight being saluted. And I believe, if I'm correct, 7 different countries being represented by these seniors. 9 international students and 1 American student. They have been giving us some amazing action over the last 4 years. And we're going to pass it on to Phil Smith.
Senior night. Our first GSU senior to be honored tonight by the Jaguars is goaltender Christopher Grisbeck. And he played on the varsity reserve team and is a GSU honor roll student athlete from Kankakee, Illinois. Kankakee High School, a biology major. Chris is not here tonight. He's on a biological field trip for his major. Give it up for Chris Gresbach. Our second senior is backup goalie, is the next GSU senior. He has a 1-1 season record in 2024. Was in net with a 2-2 tie match versus Midland in the season's opening play at Trinity Christian to open the season. From Comodoro, Argentina, goaltender number 0, Matias Gallego. Matias is a economics major. His mother is Carol and his father is Sergio. The next senior is a midfielder from Chicago. He has played in 5 varsity games. Number 27, Christopher Quevedo, an accounting major. His father is Alejandro, and his mother is Maria. The next GSU senior honoree is the first GSU student-athlete from Brazil, and he graduated from Rio Branco Collegio in Brazil in 2019. Then attended and played soccer at Lincoln College before his transfer to GSU from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Number 22, Felipe Nakabara, with his friends Carlos Garcia, Brian Villa, Dylan Villa, Victor Ortiz. He's a business major, Felipe Nakabara. Our next Jaguar senior is another Brazil native from Fortaleza, Brazil. He has played in 5 games this season for GSU and has started 3 games and played valuable minutes in the Jaguars' 8-match streak of the current 6-2 stretch. Let's hear it for number 15, a 5'9" Brazilian defender, Leonardo Catu, a computer science major. The 5th GSU Senior Award winner is talented midfielder who graduated from Colegio High School in Ecuador and played soccer and attended Morton College in Chicagoland before transferring to GSU. He has played in all 14 games with 5 starts in 2024, has 1 goal, 22 shots this year to be among the top GSU shooters from Quito, Ecuador. Number 11, Luis Escalante. He's with his sisters, Sophie and Sarah Escalante and Yarnell. Business Administration Management major, Luis Escalante. The next Jaguar senior played Division II soccer, transferred from Francis Marion College in South Carolina, top scorer at that level, and he also played 2 seasons at Morton College. And this year for the Jaguars was named CCAC Offensive Player of the Week, and it scored 4 goals, 3 assists to tie for 3rd in 2024 from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Number 9, Rafael Severio. He'll receive his master's degree in business in 2025. The next GSU Jaguar senior is a local product from Kankakee, Illinois, a Bradley Bourbonnais High School 2020 graduate who played 2 seasons at Kankakee Community College before transferring to GSU. In 2022, for the Jaguars, he played in 15 games with 1 assist, had 12 shots, and in 2023 totaled 19 games played, 1 goal, 5 assists, 8 shots. And this season, he's played in all 14 games with 14 shots. He's a studio arts major. Let's hear it for number 23 from Kankakee, Peter Zorich, with his father John and mother Lupita, our art major, Peter Zorich. Our next senior is in his 3rd full season with GSU, and in 2022 for the Jaguars, he was tied for the team scoring lead with 6 goals, 2 assists, and 14 points with 38 shots, and scoring on a 3 and 3 penalty kicks. Last season in 18 games, he scored 2 goals and had 12 shots. And this year, he's leading the team in assists with 8 and has 19 shots. A business management major. He played at 2021 at Frederick Community College. He graduated from Iroquois West High School in 2020. He's from Gilman, Illinois. Let's hear it for number 7, Diego Camarena, with his father Javier, his mother Bianca. He will graduate this December with a degree in business management. Diego Camarena. The next GSU senior has been on 2 NAIA national tournament teams and part of the group of players who has helped lead GSU to 5 straight CCAC postseason playoff appearances in the 5 years of Coach Agert's program. This week, he was named CCAC Conference Defender of the Week, and his game-winning header goal to beat Trinity Christian, and the video of the goal has become an Instagram sensation. He's played in 58 career games for the Orange and Black with 5 goals and 4 assists, and his rugged defensive play is his trademark. From Manchester, England, number 5, the captain, Alex Judd. His mom is Nicola, his dad is Richard. He's a business operations and supply chain management major, and his friends are with him this evening. Certainly last and not least, our next GSU senior, along with Alex Judd, they both have played on 2 NAIA national tournament teams. This hard-driving first-team All-CCAC conference performer in 2021 and 2023 has played in 57 career games for the Jaguars and has scored 20 career goals, including a team 7 goals in 2023. He is second on the 2024 team with 6 goals and 21 shots in 14 games this year. He is a GSU Honor Roll student and a graduate of Rosalia Suarez High School, played a season at Central Methodist before transferring to GSU. Let's hear it for number 6 from Medellin, Colombia, John Gonzalez with his family and friends, a business administration major. He will graduate in 2025. Number 6, John Gonzalez. Come on, make some noise for the seniors.
All right, we thank Phil Smith for those introductions to the seniors. As you heard, multiple players there, 10 players, 10 seniors. And if you listen to those accolades, they have been a strong backbone of where this team has gone. And where it has gone is multiple NAIA national playoff competition. And at this time, they're going to try to return again to give some of them even a third visit to the NAIA Nationals. So we commend all the seniors. I'm Mark Roberts. This is Jaguar Soccer. We've got about 4 minutes left. We're going to take a break. We're going to go away, and we'll see you back at the start of the second half.
Hello, I'm Elijah Gomez, your host for the Jaguar Sports Minute. We have some exciting news here at Governor State. We will be having our first esports. Coaching this team will be Kareem Badar. Originally from Florida, Coach Badar is a seasoned esports professional. He has achieved significant milestones in collegiate esports with Loras University. He has secured a conference championship in Overwatch in the spring of 2021 and also in the spring of 2022. He also obtained a top 16 national ranking for Overwatch in the spring of 2022. We wish you all the best of luck in your season. I'm Elijah Gomez for Jaguar Sports Minute. Have a good evening.
All right, everybody, welcome back. A wonderful halftime ceremony to salute our seniors. There was a little discussion on this game on what exactly is going to happen. I believe the Calumet St. Joe's team was trying to say, hey, this game's over, let's call it a night and go home, which is a good idea. I mean, we don't want anybody getting hurt. We don't want anybody, having undue punishment on this game when it is already a blowout and is probably not going to change at all. But on the other hand, the Jaguars started discussing the fact that we have to get multiple goals for tie-breaking standpoints. So we'll see what happens. And so we're going to have to see what happens here. They are going to play the game. They are bringing out players, although right now I only see 2 Maroon players. They got a couple on the sideline still, I guess, stretching and warming up. What it also comes down to is, from what I understand, there has to be 70 minutes played in this game. So they are going to do a running clock, which means the clock will not stop no matter what happens on the field. If there's an injury, the clock will keep ticking away. Once we reach 70 minutes, we will see what happens after that point. But the clock will not stop. We have our 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have our 11 players. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players out there right now. I presume the Jaguars' argument was obviously the points, but we need to make the game official, which is 70 minutes. So we'll see what happens. Mark Roberts bringing you this second half of Jaguar soccer. Couple Calumet players out there, especially like number 17. Looks like he is getting awfully cold. So there is still only 6 players on the field. There is one more on the sidelines, which is 7. We know the goalie went out with the foot injury, which is 8. So where the 9th player is, here we go. There are actually 2 players coming out. So there will be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 players coming out for Calumet St. Joe's. I do got to say, I have got to give the utmost respect to these Calumet St. Joe's players, that they are out here still doing this week in, week out. They're taking away time from their friends, from having fun, and quite frankly, just kicking back and relaxing. And they are practicing every week, and now they are out here still playing to be able to try to respect and represent their college. So we'll see how this plays out here. Clock is underway. Jaguars in front of the net. Croce trying to get the ball. Calumet St. James running up the far outside. That was one of the best. That was one of the best attacks from Calumet St. Joe's. So Jaguars trying to get this ball moved up. Jaguars bringing it up on the outside. Calling offsides. Goal kick. Sorry, I'm now snake bit with the holding out of the flag. As soon as I see a flag held out in front of one of the line refs, I'm thinking it's an offsides. Jaguars towards the net. Ricocheted off the shoulder of one of the St. Joe's players. Shot wide left. The ref talking to the goalie. I don't know if he's trying to tell the goalie, hey, you guys decided to play, so let's pick up the pace. Granted, the clock won't tick down any faster, but on the other hand, if you're going to play this, you're going to play it right. Long kick by Guzman. Croce. Severio also out there, and Camarena. Jaguars in front. There it is. Goal by Juan Gallardo, number 14. Ninth goal onto the night for the Jaguars. That is the all-important goal to give the Jaguars the tiebreaker over Judson.
Goal by number 14, Juan Gallardo, assisted by number 11, senior Luis Escalante.
Although the Jaguars would like to pour on some more because it's not just goals in this game, it's goals over the next 3 games included. The good news with the schedule coming up, Jaguars, over their next 4 games, only 1 game is played by a team in the top 5. The other 3 games are by the last place, second last place, and fourth last place. So the Jaguars trying to bring it up. Fighting it in front of the net. Escalante tried to shoot. It's blocked. Right now with the 9 goals, the Jaguars have the tiebreaker over Judson. Judson was 8 goals in front of Governor State before this game started. At that time, Judson did, in fact, played their game in its entirety. Other scores today, Judson beat Olivet 2-0 earlier today. St. Ambrose lost to Trinity Christian 2-1. Viterbo is on their winning ways, 1-0 over Indiana Northwest. At the moment, St. Xavier, I don't see a score. They're playing a late game. And actually, they're in the second half with a 0-0 score, Holy Cross and St. Xavier. Jaguars in front of the net. Foul on the Crimson Wave. We've got a Crimson Wave player that they're trying to get back off. He is very hot. He's trying. The consensus up here is he's trying to get kicked out, because if he gets kicked out or gets a yellow card, he'd be out of the game, and therefore they would end up having not enough players on the field. So the Jaguars, with 37:30 left, put in the play. So there's Gallego, my apologies, our goalie. It's the first time we've seen him tonight, so I didn't even have his name memorized. Jaguars in front of the net. There it is, in. So Croce scores the 10th goal for the Jaguars.
Governor St. goal by number 18, sophomore Andrea Croce. Gives the assist to senior, number 11, Luis Escalante.
Sub. Alex, go on. Go on.
36 minutes left in this game. Jaguars bringing it up. Ref needing to get out of the way. That's the third time tonight our ref had to get out of a shot coming towards him. So the Jaguars in front of the net again. Out in front of the goal. Towards it. Guzman goes down. Although they could not get the ball back into play.
Use your right foot, Andrea.
Calumet St. Joe's trying to get it out of the corner. Jaguars quickly throw it in. Jaguars just confidently spreading the ball around. Notice they haven't been doing much running. With the multiple offside calls tonight, I don't blame them. They've had 7 offside calls tonight.
Jason, who was the team that sent their game team?
In front of the net. Jaguars trying to spread it out. Out of play. Jaguars spreading it out. Very quiet stadium for a 10-0 lead happening. Jaguars spreading the ball in front of the net.
No, it was just Wednesday night. It was our senior night. And they had a game on Thursday against West.
Jaguars trying to spread it out again in front, trying to find some sort of point. Up in front again. Guzman grabs the ball. 32:30 on the clock. This game will be official in 7.5 minutes. We'll see what happens at that point off of the long discussion that was given during the halftime, or just before the second half was to begin. There was heavy discussion on if this game was going to continue. Crimson Wave still trying their darndest to do something here. Jaguars bringing it back up. Shot towards Guzman, knocks it down. Goes down on all fours and just kind of surrounds the ball until a Jaguar player gets near him. I think that may be Judd who was closing in on him. No, check that. It was Camarena that was charging him.
Driving.
Jaguars in front of the net. Guzman's going to put it in play, taking his time. 30-25 left in this game. So Guzman puts it into play. Escalante out there getting that ball. Croce trying to find some movement now. In front of the net. No, Croce puts it in front of the net and nicely defended by Crimson Wave. Whistle. Somebody down. Clock is ticking away, 29-28. Calumet St. Joe's player is down. He's back up. I'm not really sure, but I think this is the player that was causing the problems with the yellow card.
It's in the press box. Thank you.
Jaguars have it out front. .28 minutes left in this game.
I think they're going to walk off.
Shot on goal. No. Off to the right. Blocked out. Rafael Severio is grabbing his side in front of the net. .27-20 left in this game. Jaguars trying to find an opening, try to get an 11th goal on this board. Shot towards the middle. Jaguars are just taking their time, spreading it around, not forcing the issue. 27 minutes left in this game.
What's the foul? Pero, mueves donde sigas tiempo. Diego, switch sides to Gio.
So Guzman sets it down. 26-30.
Dame calidad y claridad con la pelota, ¿vale?
Harold, we need one more. Harold, you have until 20.
Ball out front for the Jaguars. Guzman chases it down. Grabs the ball. .26 minutes left. Guzman trying to spread his players out, what few there are. Ball into play. Jaguars spread the field out again, coming in towards the goal. Shot towards the goal, off to the right. There's a whistle. Bringing in substitutions. Number 4 and number 8 for the Jaguars coming into the game. Marton Borombos is coming in. And Jero Bunkomo is in the game. Number 8. Guzman puts it deep down. Salazar with the header. Keeps the ball up front. Jaguars spreading out the ball. Trying to get something going here. Salazar passes it over to Nakabara. .23:30 left in this game. Guzman kicking it on the way far side. I've never seen a player kick or a goalie kick it from that far over.
Nice. Thank you, Mark Brockovich. From the Alumni Association
Out of
State
play
University.
and up and over the fence. More players coming in, 14 and 31.
Gallardo and number 31.
Number
Horace
14, Juan Gallardo. And 31, Horace Spence is in the game.
Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete.
Jaguars again, all the way up front. Offsides. "22 minutes left. Jaguars playing it forward up in front of the net. Guzman trying to block. He got it. He got stumbled by his own player. In fact, Guzman knocked down his own player. Header by Salazar. Out front, Jaguars off to the left, almost in. That was Juan Gallardo. He thought he had himself a goal. He could tell by his expression afterwards. He was very angry with himself. Guzman walking gingerly over to the center. He's looking at the clock. He stops. He kneels. Just about every Calumet St. Joe's player went to the ground. They're calling that a game. And that is the game. It is being called with 20 minutes left. It is an official game with 70 minutes. The Jaguars with 10 goals tonight, 0 for the Crimson Wave. So on senior night, we walk away happy with 10 goals on the board. And again, I do have to commend the Crimson Waves for coming out here. They knew they were shorthanded. They knew it was going to be a lost cause. And they came out here, respected their team. They honored their school, and they did a dynamite job of just being out here to play. But the exciting news tonight, Jaguars win it 10-0. That does set them up for the tiebreaker over Judson for the moment. And the Jaguars actually have a fairly easy path to the rest of their games for this season. Only one of their next 4 games is against a team that's above 500. So I'm Mark Roberts, coming to you from Crown Point Sportsplex. Eric Mady on camera. Morgan Hoganson in the control room. Chris Edwards, our director. Good night, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday night on this field for men's soccer.